Hello everybody and welcome to episode 18 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crochet and sometimes cross stitch and other crafty things I get into. I am your host Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my two sons, and my little black cat. What are you doing? You knocked that out of my straight? Okay. You can find me on Instagram and Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co, on Ravelry as AM Gatti, and there is also a group for this podcast on Ravelry. All you have to do is search for the Little Black Cat Knits podcast and it'll come up, and there will be show notes and everything there, along with any kind of giveaways, knit-alongs, and things like that. Today is a Monday, December 7th. It's currently 1:35 p.m. It has been 3 months since I've podcasted. A lot has happened, a lot has been going on. It's been a little bit crazy, which is why it's taken me so long to get back on here and podcast. Yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna try to talk about things that I was working on last time, some other stuff. We're gonna start with FOs and whatnot, but first, we're going to start with what I am wearing. Let's see if I can get in the frame a little bit better. I am wearing my Mrs. Weasley's Home Knit Christmas sweater that is in the Tannis Gray Harry Potter book. Let me see if I can stand up here. I've got the sleeves rolled up because I've got the heat on up here and it's like really warm. This sweater is insanely warm. I knit this out of a random leftover, pretty sure it was Red Heart Emerald, and then the gray is Loops and Threads Impeccable True Gray, I believe. But yeah, I'm wearing that. I'm also wearing, can I get my foot up here? Some hand knit socks. This is a Loops and Threads Perfect Pair. Can't remember for the life of me what the name of the colorway is. Just a regular vanilla sock, you know. But anyway, let's move right into, oh, I'm sweating, FOs. So, the only FO I have that you would recognize from the last time I podcasted is this fall pumpkin blanket. It is a pattern I found on Pinterest for free. I crocheted it out of Loops and Threads Impeccable in the pumpkin and Aran colorways. I don't remember the hook size. I did double the pattern because when I finished it singly, it was just not long enough. It's been well loved. Some of the ends are coming out. I have to reweave them in because this was sitting on the back of my couch all through the fall, and now it's tucked away because I am working on a Christmas blanket, but I don't think it's going to be done in time for Christmas. But we'll get there. Let's just stick to the FOs for now, shall we? I have two of this next one. This is the Lodgepole pullover. I can't remember who it's by, but it will be on the bottom of the screen. This one is the one I knit for my son Paul, and the neckline is a little too tight. It does not fit over his head, so I'm going to try to block it and aggressively kind of stretch the neck out a little bit so that way I can maybe, you know, get it over his head so that the kids can wear their matching sweaters for Christmas Eve. But I have the same one for Bruce, knit in different colors. I do not remember the colorway names. I will have to look them up and put them in the show notes. But I know that this sweater was knit completely out of Line Brand Heartland. And then Paul's, the black is Line Brand Heartland, and the blue is Karen's Simply Soft. I think this is like mint something. But yeah, so they have these matching ones ready for Christmas Eve. And yeah, I feel like I kind of forgot how to do this. I am sweating, my goodness. Okay, let's see, sticking with FOs. The next FO I have is a pair of socks for my sister-in-law for Christmas. These are knit out of, do I have the ball band still? No, of course not. Loops and Threads Perfect Pair. I believe the colorway is Glory Days. I could be totally wrong about that. Or maybe Long Drive? I really don't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. But these are for my sister-in-law for Christmas. They are done and ready to be gifted. This and the blanket I crocheted my mother-in-law are the only handmade Christmas items this year, because it just, guys, like I'll say when I talk about in chatter, I haven't, this past couple months have been nuts. Just a couple more FO. I have one FO here and then like a half FO. So my husband's cousin owns a plumbing company, and he asked me if I could knit some winter hats for him and his guys with the company's logo on them and like a pom-pom. So I have one done here. This one's completely done. I just finished it yesterday. And this is, I just did the Tin Can Knits Barley hat. I just removed the purl ridge. I just did straight, I used that basically for the numbers. And then I made the graph, and I, instead of double stitching it, because I was having a really hard time for some reason, I cross stitched it, and then made the pom-pom. And then, let's see, I have another one. This one needs the cross stitching and the pom-pom, but the hat itself is done. These were knit out of, let's see, the black is, because I'm potentially going to be making a lot of these, I had to buy like huge skeins. So the red one is knit out of Karen 1 pound in the Scarlet colorway. The black is Lion Brand Pound of Love, I think it's called, but I can't remember the color. I lost the ball band. I thought it was in here. Apparently it was not. And then the white, which I'm doing the stitching with, is just Red Heart Soft in white. So yeah, that is all I have for FOs today. But I sure do have some whips, guys, and some cross stitch, but I will do that last. Put those over there. Okay, I'm just gonna grab from the basket and jump in to the whip parade. Living in my witch's bag from, I believe this is Toad Hollow, I can't remember, pretty sure it is my So Faded by Andrea Mowry, and the body is done. All I have now is the sleeves and the collar, but the body is done. And yeah, I'm on Sleeve Island for a lot of things, guys. It's gonna kill me. I hate sleeves, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just have to remind myself sleeves don't take nearly as long as bodies do. But anyway, so the colors in order here are My Hand Dyed Yarn in the Trench Coat colorway, in the Kick It in the Ass colorway. This is Dragon Horde yarn in the Stolen Song colorway. This is My Hand Dyed Yarn that I just dyed up for this sweater. I don't know if I'll be selling that one or not. And then this last one is also My Hand Dyed Yarn in the Sharpshooter colorway. So that is the body. It is done. Just need to get the sleeves and the collar on, and I really need to do that because I would love to wear this sweater, you know, before the cold is gone. Although it is still fairly early on, and it's just gonna get colder and colder, so, you know, there's that. But that is that one. I haven't really worked on that much, but I figured I'd show you guys because I did show it in the last podcast. Man, okay, let's see. Let's keep the train rolling here. Living in this bag that I made myself that is falling apart. Literally the pocket inside came undone the other day. And I was like, cool. Is a pair of just stockinette socks, which I am knitting on US size 1 2.25 millimeter needles. They're Chiaogu 9-inch circulars. It's my favorite way to knit socks. Anytime I knit socks, that's what I'm knitting them on. These are just a pair of vanilla socks that I am knitting out of the Winchester Boys colorway from Lady Pearl. I cast these socks on when the Supernatural season finale, or series finale, was on, and it was a 2-hour thing, and they did, like, the first hour was like a look back at the series through the years, like talking to the cast and the crew, and I got the cuff done, and then the finale was so emotional I had to stop. So this has just been knit, you know, mostly in the pickup line at school when I'm waiting to get Bruce. But yeah, so that is that. I have a lot of socks on the needles, guys. This is like unnecessary. Okay, let's see. Moving right along. Next whip I have to show you guys is also living in a bag I made myself. This one, surprisingly, is not falling apart, which is fantastic. And this is actually technically a half object. These are my Hermione's Everyday Socks. I finished the first sock. I am knitting this out of my Don't Make Me Angry colorway. So the first sock is done, and I am partway through the cuff on the second sock. So the way I combat second sock syndrome is as soon as I finish the first sock, I immediately cast on the second. It just makes life so much easier as far as, you know, making sure things don't sit as half objects forever. The only problem is I work on these things like on Knit Companion. So I haven't really gotten much work done on these socks because I need the pattern open for like the amount of repeats for like the leg and everything like that. To keep track of them, so these have not been getting nearly as much work as the Winchester socks because those are just plain stockinette. So yeah, let's see what else. Okay, this basket is absurd. So living in this, I love this horror movie bag from Lila Styles. These were my October socks, and I had every intention of finishing them in October, and then I just did not. So, still on the first sock, but I am on the foot. These are the Little Bit of Hocus Pocus socks, and I am knitting them out of the Hocus Pocus sock set by Legacy Fiber Arts, and this is the glitter sock base. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. But yeah, so I did the heel. I'm on to the foot of the first sock. I think once I bang out the foot to the sock and start on the second sock, it should be smooth sailing. It's absurd the amount of socks I have on the needles right now, guys. This is just, whew. I am literally just grabbing and going. So the next thing I've been working on, I actually just did this, finished this the other day, is I finished the body of my Ingalls sweater. The body is done, just needs sleeves. I seem to be having that problem with all of the sweaters lately, it just needs sleeves, you know, just do the sleeves. I also did a stretchy bind off on this because that's what the pattern called for, and I'm not really sure I like how it looks. I'm gonna see after it's done, after I block it, if maybe this like frilling will like flatten out a little bit more. Otherwise I might have to like rip out the bind off and just bind it off in pattern because I don't know how I feel about this like you see what I'm talking about? I don't know if I like that, but you know, it's alright. We'll see. I'm sure blocking will fix that. But I knit this out of Loops and Threads Joy DK in the lavender and iris colorways, and it just needs sleeves. So, you know, if I could just get a move on with that, that'd be great. But who knows? I don't know. I feel like I really only have been wanting to knit socks, especially because I've been trying to get those hats done for Keith's cousin. And the cross stitching takes a really long time. Like I can knit the actual hat in like a day. It's just the cross stitching takes, it took me, I did have to keep stopping to do stuff, but if I didn't have to stop, I would say it probably took me about 5 hours to do the cross stitching, and by the end of it, like my hands were killing me. I just didn't want to do it anymore. But it's done. It's fine. You know, we'll get there. All right, so the next thing is, let's see. Oh, this is actually a design I've been toying with. I'm not sure, I might rip this out, but I'm going to show you anyway. It's living in this library bag from the Silver Shed. Yes, the Silver Shed USA. And I'm knitting these out of Joy DK, Loops and Threads Joy DK in the, what color are you? Latte color. Ooh, losing a needle. these I'm knitting on, I want to say a size US 3 DPNs, but this is what they look like so far. These are actually going to be, they are inspired by Supernatural and the Winchester brothers. My whole idea is that the cables will be on opposite sides, so this will be the right foot and the other one will be the left foot, and the cables would match so that when your legs are together, like, the cables will touch. And I'm thinking of calling them Winchester brothers. I believe that's what, or just Winchesters, I'm not sure. But this is slow moving. When the design is finished and finalized, obviously I will let you guys know. I'm not even sure how many stitches did I cast on for this. They're meant to be super duper slouchy because they are in a DK weight yarn, and I think I did do 64 stitches. Did I? Let me see. I'll check the notes. Pretty sure it's 64 stitches. Oh no, they're size 2 needles. See, this is why I have to pull this out. Yes, I did cast on 64 stitches. So that is that. I don't know, like I said, I don't know when these will be done. When they're done, I'll write up a pattern and then we'll go from there. But just figured I'd show you guys, you know, because it's a fun time. And I was enjoying it when I was doing it, but everything's been taking kind of like a back seat because I had to get those sweaters done for the kids, and I am working on the hats for Keith's cousin. So it's another skein of that. I am losing it today, guys. Oh no, I'm all over the place. I don't know where I'm putting anything. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything. Okay, last whip, and then we will move into cross stitch, is this Christmas blanket, which I am crocheting because I realized that I didn't have a Christmas blanket for the couch. So, oh no, I'm dropping stitches. So, yeah, I have been working on this. It's probably not going to get done in time for Christmas, but this is the, oh man, I'm all tangled here. This is the crochet herringbone half mixed stripes throw from Daisy Farm Crafts. I found it on Pinterest. It's a free pattern. And this is all I have so far. And yeah, I'm crocheting this out of, it's all loops and threads impeccable. The white, or the cream, is the Aran colorway. The red is Claret. And the green is, so many ball bands everywhere. Nope, that's a white ball band. Where is it? Guys, I'm losing my mind. The green is Deep Forest. So yeah, I am crocheting this on a 5.5 millimeter hook, which I believe is what the pattern calls for. And yeah, this one has been kind of slow moving. I haven't really been doing it all that often because, like I said, I've been working on all sorts of other things. So like I said, I don't even remember. Let's see if I can even remember the stitch I'm supposed to be doing for this. Right? Okay, wait. Now I confused myself. I don't even remember the stitch. Guys, this is not good. Wait, okay. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Okay, so yeah, I've been working on this one. I kind of just feel like crocheting, which hasn't been that often lately, honestly, because I've just been, you know, doing stuff and trying to get the sweaters for the kids. Please hold while I fold. So yeah, that is all I have for knitting and crochet. So if that's all you came here for, because I'm gonna jump into cross stitch and then chatter. But yeah, so that's all the knitting and crochet, and now I shall move on to cross stitch. I feel like I did have a cross stitch FO, but it's okay. We're not gonna worry about that because I'm not stressing. But I have been working on a lot of cross stitch in between, and I don't feel like doing this kind of stuff, like knitting and crocheting and stuff. So first is a Captain America pattern by Oh My Stitches Shop. I can't show you the actual pattern because I didn't print out the cover page. I just printed out the chart. But the last time I showed you guys, I did not have, like, I had like a decent amount done, but not everything. But now we're in the home stretch, you guys. I just have to fill this in here with this light blue and then just go in. I'm debating filling in the white with white thread, or I might just leave it because the Aida is white. I am stitching this on 14 count Aida. Yeah, just plain white 14 count Aida. But yeah, this, it's just this. I'm so tired of stitching this because I feel like it's taken me forever, and I've made a bunch of mistakes, but like you can't tell one bit. Like if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know, but I notice it when I'm like going through the pattern. But yeah, I haven't decided if I'm just gonna leave the white spots blank or not. I might do that actually, because I kind of feel like it feels like counterproductive to stitch white on white Aida, but we'll see. This is living in a bag I got from Michaels. It's just a plain old bag. I don't know. Yeah, so let's see. Moving right along, more cross stitch. This is living in a beautiful fall bag from Stars Hollow Stitchery. And this is, hold on, let me find my cover sheet. I swear I have my life together, guys. I promise. This is the Sunflower Manor from Hands On. It's Chalk for the Home, from Hands On Design and Priscilla Blaine from Stitching with the Housewives. So this is the final, and I am moving along slowly. Oh, I forgot to say I'm stitching the Captain America with all the called for DMC. But yeah, moving back to this now. Oh no, my scissors. This has been slow moving. I'm stitching this on 14 count black chalkboard, or chalkboard Aida, I should say, sorry. But I've made some progress since the last time I showed it. I'm trying to divide and conquer with this pattern because it is very big, so I am kind of doing like, it's 2 pages, I take the first page and I kind of like split it in half, and I did the whole one half, and now I'm on to the second half. What is that? Looks weird. Is that right? No, that's right. Okay. And now I'm on to the second half of the first page. So it's going slow, but you know, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. It is very difficult to see on the black fabric, but I'm making do, you know, doing my best. I am stitching this using most of the called for threads. There are some changes I made, like the sunflowers. I am stitching them with Weeks Dye Works Marigold. I don't remember what the called for was, but it was out of stock when I was ordering the threads. And same thing with the pumpkins. I am stitching them with Weeks Dye Works Carrot, and they called for a different color as well, but both of those colors were, the called fors were out of stock when I ordered everything for this pattern, but that's okay. I don't mind. So that is that. Aw, Squeaky, why are you laying on my stuff? Okay, last 2 cross stitch pieces. We'll do this one first. Alright, so this is Rovaris. I believe the title of the pattern is Salem, is either Salem or Salem Witches. You can find it on Etsy, but that is the final. I'm not using the call for threads for this because I couldn't find the called for threads on the Etsy listing, and then I couldn't find them on the pattern until, like, it took me a really long time to actually find the called for threads, and I didn't realize it was using 2 different types of black because I couldn't tell from the actual like finished product photo. So I just picked out my own black, and I am stitching this completely out of the Gentle Art wrought iron. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha Belfast. And this was my first time stitching on 32 count and doing 2/2, but I am loving it. So this is all I have done on this so far. I'm loving stitching on this. I actually think I like stitching on the 2/2 on the smaller count fabric much better than stitching on Aida. I don't know why. There's just something about it. I find it more, I don't know, I feel like the finished product looks better, if that makes sense. Because like, I feel like the threads are closer together. I don't know, I feel like you're getting less gapping. Maybe it's me, I don't know. But that is that. And the final cross stitch piece I am working on is, where's the cover? And I'm really excited about this one. This is the first pattern that I actually did my own color substitutions for. I did not use any of the called for on this. I kind of just went through the called for DMCs and then kind of found fancy flosses that worked for it. So that is what I'm going with. But this is the Little Mermaid by the Little Stitcher. And I found this pattern on Etsy, and if you guys know anything about me, you know that The Little Mermaid is my all-time favorite movie. As you can see my little Ariel back there. It's my all-time favorite movie, and I absolutely love it. So as soon as I saw that pattern, I was like, yeah, that's happening. And I ordered it with my birthday money, so I was like, this is perfect. But I am stitching this on 32 count Vintage Sahara Belfast. And this is what I have done so far. Get my needle minder out of the way. And I am absolutely loving this. But these are all my colors for it. Look how pretty. It's just such a very like, this is just such a Little Mermaid palette. I mean, it makes sense, right? So yeah, I did all the color substitutions for this. Let me know if you guys want me to start maybe like a blog, because I feel like putting all the cross stitch, like listing the patterns in the show notes on Ravelry makes sense, but I feel like because Ravelry is really just for knitting and crochet, like listing color changes and stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. But if you guys want me to put them in the show notes or have any questions about my color changes, just let me know in the comments, or maybe I could start a blog strictly for the cross stitch. Anyway, just let me know what you think. And yeah, so that is all the crafty content I have for you guys today. If that is what you came here for, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps people find my videos. Subscribe if you like hanging out with me, and hit the bell, you know, just in case you want to get alerted when I upload videos. But yeah, let's move into chatter for the last 3 months. Bruce started school, and that is pretty much why it's taken me so long to podcast, because at first when he started, he was doing a hybrid model where he was in school for half the day, 2 days a week, and then doing virtual in the afternoons those days, and then the other 3 days of the week he was full virtual. And that was rough. Now, however, he is 100% in school 5 days a week for half the day, and then virtual in the afternoons, which is a little bit easier. I mean, it does get a little tough when he gets home from school, because he kind of like, I mean, you guys probably remember when you were kids, you come home from school and you're like, that's it, the day's done, I'm done, I'm home. But sometimes it's a little rough to get him to sit and do like his online stuff that he has to do when he gets home. But we've been working through that, you know. Paulie is getting huge. It's ridiculous how much he's growing. And yeah, I mean, it's really just been adjusting to Bruce being in school. I've been working on getting all the stuff ready for the shop. I have a couple more skeins to dye, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow. And once those are done and dyed up and dried and skeined and labeled, the shop will be open. I'm hoping to get it open very, very soon. I don't want to give a date just in case it doesn't happen as planned, but I I'm working on that, and hopefully I will be able to show you guys everything that will be going into the shop in the next podcast, which will hopefully be next week. I want to try to do weekly podcasts. I know before I was doing every 2 weeks, but I want to try to do weekly now. I feel like maybe I won't get so far behind on things if I do weekly. But yeah, let's see what else. Halloween happened. It was very simple. We just took the kids trick-or-treating, hung out at home, nothing crazy. Thanksgiving, same thing, very small. We went to my brother-in-law's. The house is all decorated and ready for Christmas. I am not participating in Vlogmas this year, but I have been watching everybody's Vlogmases, and that's been really fun. But hopefully next year I'll do Vlogmas. Maybe I'll be a little bit more organized in my life and be able to do that. But this year it's been a little crazy. I mean, you know, pandemic times. What are you gonna do? But all of our Christmas shopping is done, which is fantastic. I just need to kind of like take stock and inventory of all of the Christmas gifts, see what I need to get boxes for, see what I need to get bags for, go from there so then I can get everything wrapped and ready to go, and that will be fantastic. I can't believe it is, 16 days until Christmas now? It's crazy. I'm very excited. Me and Keith were actually just saying today that we think we are more in the Christmas spirit this year than we ever have been, which is, you know, lots of fun. But yeah, I think, oh, he is calling me. That's the My Chemical Romance version of All I Want for Christmas Is You, in case anybody's wondering. Anyway, I think that just about covers everything. I feel like I had a lot more to talk about because it's been 3 months, but apparently, you know, it's just been school. What are you gonna do? So yeah, that I think covers everything. I will, who's texting me now? Sorry. What was I saying? Sorry guys. That is everything. Keith is texting me. I think Bruce needs help with his virtual stuff. But yeah, that's everything. I think if I keep saying but yeah, that's everything all the time. This is never gonna end. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Like I said, like if you like this, subscribe if you want to hang out. Hit the bell for every time I upload. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Happy knitting. Bye.